and welcome back. Thank you very much for joining. If you're the kind of person who is worried every day and thinking that, oh, I had so much planned today, but I got like almost nothing done, you plan and what you get done is sort of way different, looking at two different directions, then this video is exactly what you are looking for. I'm Soma. Thank you once again for joining me today. And I make videos on personal development and lifestyle. So if you're the kind of person, the human being that likes to explore your own potential and you want to push yourself a little further and see what opens up for your life, then this channel is exactly what you've been looking for. Be Your Best Version is a very small community that focuses on being positive, exploring your own potential, and just being happy and positive and spreading it all around. So thank you once again for joining in. Make yourself cozy, get yourself a cup of tea and coffee, and we'll get started. First of all, let's set the ground rules. No matter how productive you want to be or you want to set yourself to be, the ground rule is you have to be consistent. We can be good on some days and we don't feel like as good on the other days. But the thing is, if you do want to reach to a place where you're productive or you're yielding very good quality work, it has to be done on a regular basis, on a repeat mode, over and over again. So if you hear about hugely successful people who say they wake up even on 5 a.m. on the weekends, is just because they maintain the schedule and the timing and they just do it over and over again. Setting yourself for productivity also means just not getting more done, but it's also ensuring that you manage your energy, you manage your distractions, and you manage yourself, your moods, your emotions, and everything that goes with it to ensure that you're creating an environment for yourself that is positive, that is productive, and that is happy, that allows you to actually get more done. You'll see we are way more productive when we are trying to do things that we enjoy, whether it's watching a movie even when we're extremely tired, or maybe playing with the kids, or enjoying a hobby like painting or something. We don't think we are tired. We don't think someone needs to push us to do a better quality work. We just do it genuinely, automatically, just because we enjoy it so much. So while productivity seems to be the word that everyone is looking for because you want to push yourself more, get yourself do more and more things, I think the bottom line, the idea is you really have to enjoy the process, the work, and what you're engaged at to be productive and even feel productive. So there are three things that I want to talk about today. The first one is make minimal decisions. And what I mean by minimal decision making is you don't want to wake up in the morning and burden yourself with so much decision that by the time you start your day, you already have like a brain fatigue and you cannot focus on things. So if you're waking up in the morning and you have to think what I'm going to wear today, what's for breakfast, what I'm going to cook today, and numerous things like small decisions, what I'm going to do right now, it's easier to set up a routine. So maybe you just wear the same clothes like Barack Obama or Mark Zuckerberg, because you're trying to eliminate the process of decision making. So by the time you get to your work day, your brain is fresh enough so you can focus on things and actually make decisions which are important for you, instead of doing things that doesn't need to be done or can be put in a repeat mode or can be pushed to a periphery where you can probably wear black every day. Blue jeans and a black t-shirt should work fine. Simple things like that can also be extended, like having the same breakfast, maybe not every day of the year, but maybe like, every week, every month, and once in a while you can change it up. By the time everything is done and you are at your desk and ready to work, you know that you are in a state of mind which is positive, which is looking forward to the work, and you are not tired. By taking away decision making early in the mornings, we can all choose to protect our mental bandwidth for more important work at hand that needs our focus. The shallow tasks which we all have to do as humans, right? Like we still have to probably cook meals, take our pets for a walk, play with our kids, call up our friends and family, especially now. I think all of these can be clubbed together during the peripheral part of the day, which means that is the time when we are not especially productive or working actively or engaged in something or focused. And maybe it's like towards the end of the day. The second one is plan better and change it later. You'll find it very interesting that in 2012, there was a McKinsey study which actually said that most of the knowledge workers, 60% of the time, what they're actually doing is spending time in sending out electronic communications, which is probably mail, chat, common platforms, whatever it is, and researching or searching things on the internet. I think if that was the data in 2012, by now, because we all work from home and we are more in the zone where we are constantly have to communicate electronically, whether it's WhatsApp or Zoom calls or whatever call we are on, I think the number probably has gotten up significantly, which means the real work barely gets done. We are so busy pretending we are busy and thinking, oh my God, I'm so productive. But at the end of the day, there is barely anything that is probably getting done. I think which means when we try to get our work done or whatever plan we have, the idea is to change it based on your lifestyle, what you like to do, how you like to get your work done. Those things are extremely important. There's a term in Agile which is called potentially shippable product, right? So like we say, like a team can be busy or we can be busy 24/7. But at the end of the day, if you haven't done anything that you can showcase, I wrote 10 pages of a new book, I ran a marathon, I exercised for 2 hours, I did a painting, I recorded a song, I played with my kids, something that you can say visibly, like somebody can see, or you can produce, or lovely dish of biryani, or anything that you can showcase. It does not mean you have done something unless you can showcase or produce it, right? Which is equally important if you see in the world of productivity, where people say that they have done so much, that they have written 4 books or 10 books and a TEDx talk and things like that. But I think for us normal people, it doesn't have to be a TEDx talk. It could be simple things that we had planned to do, maybe repotting our balcony garden, or we wanted to take some time to clean up the kitchen counters. Whatever was planned, if we could get it done, I think that is enough. The only thing that is very, very important, and you have to keep it in mind, is when you switch tasks a lot because you're trying to feel productive and you want to feel pumped up and you think, I'm getting so much done, so I will do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I'm going to mix and match because I'm a queen of multitasking. It sometimes isn't true, and the reason I say it is because there is something called attention residue, and attention residue is nothing but something that restrains you from getting into the zone. So if you constantly keep on switching tasks, what happens is, while you have moved on from the earlier task, you are not completely 100% present because you still have a bit of attention residue, as in you're thinking, why did this not work, or why couldn't I get it done? I should have called XYZ to make sure that maybe they could have shed more light on it and things like that. So don't try to switch tasks a lot. I think I read somewhere that a lot of people who do kind of deep work and produce very high quality work actually shut themselves up completely and then focus on the work, complete it, close it, and then move on to the next, which could sometimes mean how you arrange your work schedule. So if you know you are very busy on the weekdays, let's say Monday to Friday, do not plan anything that you cannot get done on the weekdays. Instead of multitasking and switching back and forth, focus on your work Monday to Friday, get it done, close it, and then maybe on the weekend plan for something that you can do that you don't have to switch back and forth again. So if you're trying to prioritize your work, I think this is the good time when you should be doing it. You can, have a list of 10 things you want to do for the day or for the week, and then, keep on eliminating things that you really don't need or can be done later, and then come up with maybe one thing or max. To remember is to enjoy the process, is to enjoy the work. The third one is rather interesting. It's called Deep Work. Now, there's a book by the same name by New Calpert, and I highly recommend the book if you're kind of person who really likes to improve yourself, or you're looking for ways to, elevate yourself in your personal skill sets or personal development style of things. Then this is a book which is an absolute must read. What really got my attention is what the author wrote about himself, that in a span of 10 years, he wrote numerous papers, wrote 4 books, got his PhD done, also got a tenureship of professorship in I think Georgetown University, and he got everything done, not working 24/7. He got everything done, and most of the days he did not work beyond 5 to 6 p.m., which is astonishing because you would think the quality of work, just not the quality of work because it got published in renowned journals and books got published, but the fact, look at the quantity that was also produced. And so this combination of quantity and quality is so important when you're trying to be productive. You cannot be productive if you are working 18 hours today and then half of the work is not worth up to your standards maybe, and then tomorrow you have to redo it again. It's the same thing I tell my son every day, that if your handwriting is so bad that you sat for 20 minutes and then it's so bad that I cannot read it, which means your teacher won't be able to read it. And tomorrow you have to redo the whole thing again for 20 minutes. I think it's better, focus on the work in that 20 minutes, get it done perfectly, and tomorrow you have the extra time to play another round of video game. I think that is what productivity is. It's also looking at the quality, which means you have to plan your time and your energy accordingly to the work that you're doing. If it really needs a lot of quality time, which it should if you're trying to do deep work or be productive, which means you have to ensure that your energy is managed, your lifestyle is managed. And right now, because we all work from home, it puts the added pressure of making sure that your home is managed as well. So only then can you work at your full potential. Um, I think if you're a kind of person or a professional who has a family and has kids, it's so important also to train your family, your kids, and sort of tell them when you are in the zone that you are working. Maybe you will just close the door, or maybe you have the headphones on. It could be simple cues that is there. So no one comes and bothers you for that period of time. It could be an hour or two or whenever. The idea obviously is you cannot use the same cue throughout the day, because then it dilutes the whole purpose. And then if you are with your headphone on 24/7, then everybody keeps on barging onto you and talking to you. So there goes your time for your deep work. So I think be more aware, and also at the same time making everyone aware of what you're trying to do, whether it's being more productive and why it is so important to you. I think the right communication, the right story of the why is so important here, and that will help you manage your whether it's your kids or your family or friends way better. All right, I do hope you like this video, and if you like the content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because that would really motivate me to make the next video. And if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button so you get to know when I upload my next video. By the way, right now I'm trying to do once a week. I hope you're enjoying that. Thank you once again for joining, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.